What's up, folks? How's it going? We're going to talk about a couple of things today. First, we're going to talk about the Draw Muhammad Day. I was sent several questions about that. What did I think about it? Was it stupid? Was it not stupid? Well, obviously I didn't participate, and that is because I thought it was a non-idea. It was an un-idea. It accomplished nothing, regardless of what Thunderfoot might tell you. Accomplishes very little, and this is why I think that. There's only really two reasons that this day could have been done. All right. The first reason would be to show solidarity with people like Matt and Trey from South Park, who have been threatened by these savages over a cartoon show. So one option is show solidarity. I don't feel I personally need to do that because I say the shit that I say, and what little voice that I have is heard, and I say it. I'm not afraid to say that Muhammad was a pedophile, murderer, warlord, who propagated racism and hatred, and that his followers are either delusional or stupid, and that Islam is one of the greatest single threats to peace on earth. And I'm not afraid to say that. I don't need to draw a picture to do that, and I think that my words say more than the picture does. So that's show solidarity. All right. The second option is to change minds, alter opinions. This is when propaganda comes into play. Well, what are the three groups in this situation? Well, the Draw Muhammad Day wasn't done, I don't think, to try to influence atheists and people who are against Islam and people who are against all that other stuff, because they're already on that side. So they don't need any more convincing. So that leaves only two groups. You have your fence sitters and you have your Muslims. The Muslims are not going to listen to you because they're brainwashed anyway, and they've been trained to hate this sort of behavior. They're not going to listen. All right? They're not going to listen to Draw Muhammad Day. And if they were going to listen to anything, it wouldn't be Draw Muhammad Day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it frightens Osama bin Laden either. I don't think he gives a fuck. None of those kind of people care. It pissed off the people in Pakistan, but who gives a shit? So then the other group is the fence sitters. And I'm sad to say, and I'm not saying this was the intention, and this is a very important point, okay? The interpretation of this act was that it was childish. That was the interpretation, and that's all that matters here. This is extremely important. Okay, this is extremely important. And I ran across this problem. I went on Paul's Ego's Stickam and Beer for a little while. And I'm not going to fault Paul because he was really drunk, so I'm not going to get too much into that. But I was arguing with some dude. I don't know who the hell this guy was, but he was saying that he was advising this 16-year-old girl that the way she should get her parents' attention would be to take some treasured item of theirs and refuse to give it back until they listened to her, and that would be just because parents do that shit all the time. That's what this guy said. And I was like, whoa, that's what we like to call extortion. He's like, well, no, it's not extortion. That's not what it's meant to be, blah, blah. It's like, whoa. Missed the point entirely. It doesn't matter what your intentions were. It only matters how the action is interpreted, okay? That's extremely important. It only matters how the shit is interpreted, all right? So that action, by a 16-year-old stealing one of their parents' items to hold it for ransom, would be interpreted as, not only is this theft, but this kid is just as childish as we thought they were. That's just going to reinforce that idea. All right. So it's the interpretation that matters above all in this situation, because what you're trying to do is change minds. In this case, through a form of petty terrorism. But in the case of Draw Muhammad Day, you're trying to change minds through some sort of activism. But the activism is interpreted as childish. Therefore, it does nothing. And it doesn't matter how much you tell yourself that it wasn't the point, because you already know what the point was. You're not the person whose mind is trying to be changed. You're trying to change their mind. So unless what we're doing here is just just jacking each other off in a big circle, because it's really all you're accomplishing with that. That's why I say Christians are so much better at this than us. I'm telling you, so much better. And if this is the best the atheists can do, it's really, really sad. Okay? Remember, interpretations are everything. That's how you end up getting shot by a cop for taking out your wallet. You weren't intending to be threatening, were you? But that doesn't matter, because that's all he saw was that threat, so he shot you. That's the ultimate reality, okay? That's the ultimate reality. And we have to be willing to work within reality. If you're trying to honestly change the minds of people, you cannot appear to be childish or overly insulting in a way that is pointless. Pointless. Having Muhammad fuck a pig, while hilarious, is not going to be interpreted as some sort of, real clever insult. It's just going to be, interpreted as obscene and childish, which in a way it is. All right. I kind of liked this exchange the last couple of weeks amongst a lot of atheists, because it showed me, the truth that we are not any different than the people that came before us. And, we're just as subject to the rules of politics and propaganda as anybody else at any time. We're just as vulnerable.